Alright, next up on the docket is me. Did you get your weight up with everybody else? I'm just saying, I don't need you to read the interview. But anyways, Unstable Creature here, and I am coming with my intake of the post game, which is going to be quick and simple because I did not do the presser, which I need to get to because I love seeing what's up. Okay, as far as like from the horse's mouth directly. Okay, so for the first half of the game, it was something to watch or something to wait around for, I guess. Joyner actually did what was unexpected. What was unexpected. Well, I wouldn't expect out of him. God damn, I had wine today, so it's like wine is worse to me than liquor. I don't know why. Okay, so I do believe Joyner actually set himself out to use his full vessel for wherever the Raiders needed, and he did exactly that. Although I don't like it when he fully put himself forward to where he get into a situation that where he's hurting himself. That's not good for us, you, nor the team. Please stay safe and always be mindful of just everything. Yes, you want to go out there and dominate, kill, and all of that. I want to see it too because I'm all behind you and I'm with it too. But I would prefer to have you here than hurt, and to where we can't even utilize nor enjoy victory together. How about that? And that's how the first half. Joyner actually did his thing, or showed his ass, because he was, turned up, hurt a little bit by trying to utilize his body so much. You know what I mean? I'm actually proud of him because it put it like, what, he wasn't gonna stop at nothing, and that's how I looked at the situation, and it was pleasing actually. Moving on, I'm gonna get around to Aguilar, but not right now. Now, Richard, I'm always going to give it up to Richard because he do come out the gate, and anytime that he does make a mistake, he corrected quick, fast, and in a hurry. He got like a couple minutes in the game. Last opponent hurt him, but he going to take it out on the next opponent. And that's how I be feeling about, Richard. And I feel like we hustled quite a bit. As far as like everybody with this running game, I did look at a lot of situations to where like I was looking around like, God damn, I hope we're not using certain excuses for hurt players and all this other stuff, because just like how we can analyze and see where Jonathan Abram wasn't actually putting his all in, it felt like the men that we will be looking for to put their all in, they weren't there. So it's like, okay. Now, we see how Darren is all over, Darren Waller is all over the field. He wasn't all over the field this time. I don't know if it's because of, like I always say, that the opponents is going to start learning your key players. Josh Jacob and Darren, you really didn't have no time to do anything. From the start of the game, it wasn't like they were utilizing you guys to start up. They already started off. I don't know if that was just a tactic to, throw them off, but they already knew not to allow Josh Jacob to get out. They already knew not to allow Darren to get anything. So with that being said, utilizing all the other players and utilizing them in the right form. Now, I'm going to speak up on Zay Jones, because I feel like Zay Jones can really catch. He can really do his thing. We really seen him in a lot of other games, but to pay attention to the way he catch and the form that he used while he's catching, because a lot of times he can catch in a safe zone. I mean, you can throw to him where you probably have like a distance in time, a second or two, maybe a split second, to where before that player catches Zay zones, that you could, firmly plant a ball in his hands. But a fast pace and, moving fast situation, that's not really his forte. I would say like that's more of, Renfro, Darren, maybe, not taking anything from him, and yeah, they probably trying to exercise him more across the field. But like I said, I've watched him, and when you throw him the ball, it is more in like a more safer zone. I mean, if I can say that, if that's all right to say, I mean, because what I'm saying is like it could be a split second before another opponent comes across him before he's touched or anything like that. That means the ball is safe for him to actually cradle, cuff, and do all that to move forward. Or like how you throw something in in the end zone and bam, you got it. That's totally different. But it's not the same as Renfro. You could throw a bullet in between two defendants and he's gonna try to do his best to catch it. It's like he's there for the quick slant, the quick movement, the quick pace, the fast everything. He's there for that. Not saying to take away from Zay Jones, but at the same time, come on now, know your players, know what they're there for, know what their capability of, or know what they're capable of, so that you guys could best execute the game. Because I'm looking like, God damn, if I watch Zay Jones and every time if he gotta plant his feet to catch that ball, when you and that ball is in movement, it's kind of difficult to look at him like he can like be one of those to just catch it and go, or catch it on the move like that. I mean, this is just for me actually looking and seeing at a couple games. I'm not saying that he can't, but from my experience, my eyes, and that's basically what I go off of. My experience, my eyes, because I don't like people telling me, that the sky is red when the sky is blue. So, Zay Jones, I just want you to get, you are an awesome player. You have these things. You got the hands, you got this, you got that, but it's just the way that you want to plant yourself to catch those balls. That's something to really look at. Then turn around and that's all good for the first half. And then when second half opened up, it becomes a Aguilar game, which I'm happy to see that you exercise that Aguilar. Aguilar has the speed, but we need to stop acting like we're fearing and we're clutching. All of our players really have that, and when we start drawing in penalties, that's off of your uncertainty. That's off of you acting out and not knowing. And it's best that you pretty much know, because you guys have been on the field for so long. And then I be feeling like Aguilar is just a humble person that's just waiting on his turn. It seems like he's always energetic and he's always like smiling. He keep everybody in, or speak up on everybody in such a high, good fashion tone value. So that's good. And to see him actually, like I said, when I did a presser about Aguilar, he just talked like him and Nelson, he just talked like he just so ready to. Oh, did Nelson out here? So ready to hit the field. It doesn't even matter. He's ready to hit the field. Also, now I got Zay. We did Zay. I want to pay. I want to recognize Lawson for all his hard work that he do on the field. And, because a lot of these people has actually just been putting, their physicality all on the field first. And sometimes that scare me, but sometimes it excite me because, we, putting that muscle to it. But, I mean, I'd rather have you guys here for the plan than to not have you guys at all, because you guys just went full throttle into things, which would bring me around to Jonathan Abram with his in the game and his nice popping and stuff like that. Okay, I'm not gonna dwell on it. He did his thing. I truly appreciate him coming in and trying to do his trying to play his game. But I wish I wouldn't pay so much attention to the ins and outs, the eyes, the bodies, the everything. But it happens, and that's all I be having to go off of. A lot of things I would catch, or a lot of things I would see and catch it, and don't nobody else see it. But Jonathan Abram, appreciate your game today. And that's it. Lawson, appreciate your game today. Richard, appreciate your game today, because not, like I said, open up the gates and you're out. And I appreciate any correction that you feel the need to do within your own doing, in your own hands, because it helps us out in so many ways. Just like when you drop the ball, you wanted to correct your wrongs, and I think that's just should be within every player because it has us playing better, and it, everybody feeds off of each other energy. So if you got that beast mode energy, you playing along somebody else. Once y'all get on that line, it's like it's gonna come together. Like y'all gonna want to, you know. Because he's hungry to put in that work, and and the person next to you is gonna be just hungry to put in that work as well. Now this is gonna bring me to my numbers. 99. Anytime 99 comes up, the name comes up, I say we got the key. Because we have the key. Do we not have fucking Arden keys? We have Arden keys. This wine just got me. This wine is worse than liquor. I say it again. Wine is worse than liquor. Okay. So, Arden Keys. Now, there was a poll taken. It was like, do y'all really need Arden? Do y'all want this? Do y'all want this? I think Arden, Cleveland, everybody like it's a good asset. I just hate that we have all the skills in the world. We possess everything that anybody would need, and it just don't come together, not only for us, but for the team as well. And I don't feel like individual stacks are any good. I mean, like, they're good if you have, like, certain things you have to go off of individual stacks. But as like far as everything else and you don't have it, I think the team should grow. Just like your individual stacks, the team should grow. So let me not talk about that no more. And I'm going to go ahead and bust myself up to number 82, which is Jason Wooden. A lot of times I don't really see him on the field, or probably don't pay attention to, but I'm glad that I was able to see him because I do hear a lot about him from other players, not just during the preseason or anything else. But because he is a mindful person coming from another franchise, another situation that they actually could elaborate with and get some, or bump heads, or get some ideas from, an old school head, or, just him having history with a whole nother team. But for thus far, he has been a good attribute to the team and to the motivation aspect of it. Because everybody speaks to him, and everybody like his tone and the way he speaks on everything. So that's great. Who's number 15 is Aguilar. I think I already touched bases with Aguilar. His speed, him being there. Like, Aguilar lets you know his vessel, or he is allowing you guys to have a way with his vessel. He's quiet, but, with that being said, let you know he can be there for the long run and be a very good asset to the team all the way around. Joyner is crazy. He just be throwing his little body out there. He get into it with people now. He's just all over the place. Okay, so I hope I didn't cut this out, but I hope I reached, and I did speak up on Lawson. I'm talking about Arden, Zay Jones, and his comfort zone. I'm just going to say that because he really needs, when he plant his feet and do all of that stuff, it's not like looking back and catching that ball. He have to be in a safe zone to really be comfortable with the ball. Jalen Richard, like I said, he's always a plus. He's always a go-getter, and he stay ready for the team. Plus, he's not a rookie, so you can see it's no pause, no hesitation in his work and in his job. Okay. Which, I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there, and then I'm going to head and end my video because I just wanted to speak up on something that I brought up prior to the season even starting, and why it's very important for us to really rotate our players because, like I said before, you want to give Josh Jacob his own personal stats, and you want to be there. That's all gravy, and it is all over that. You know, you want to make these this 60 touchdown, but is this not, and I mean the very first, this is our fourth game of the season, but is this not the first team to actually, no, actually it's the second team, I'm going to be honest with that. This is actually the second team to go ahead and really shut down. No, I'm going to switch. This is the first team, because the first team, which made them fall second, the first team shut down Josh Jacobs, but did not shut down Darren Waller. So this team actually did both. And the point of them doing both brings me to what I've been saying on how much it is important to actually utilize everybody. Yes, Renfro did, put a little stats up, but he also was stopped. And I think that's more confusing, because as I continue to say we need to stretch out and branch out to more players and utilize our more players, we see where the other players is at a fucking wall. Because like I said, Zay Jones actually need a comfort zone for you to actually throw a clear and good ball to him. And that's something Zay Jones we went around because we did not use Darren as much. So now we got Aguilar, but we used utilized Aguilar more for the second half. And that's after everything else was like kind of shut down. Yes, that's here and there. But like I said, we need to start building and multiplying, capitalize on all of our players, not just on some, because they learned you, Josh Jacob. They learned you, Darren Waller. Now it's time for us to actually build the whole team. Because as we got your time, we got your play, we got your request, we got what you need, and we putting it in, and it's all into play. But as we're waiting on these requests, and as we're waiting on all these things that we put in for you to live and, stand on how you want to stand, we still coming across situations to where, like, okay, somebody has to come in, somebody needs to come in, and then having somebody that's not ready or not equal to is a problem. Yeah, we do always have a lot of people, but if you only exercise in one person and then taking somebody out from the bench and telling them to run a route that he ran and then try to use that as an excuse on why he's not doing it, the same way you exercise, we got to exercise all of our people, period, point blank. I'm going to say it again. I wish Arden Keys would have done more. I will not give up on him, but I really wish that he would have stuck his chest out a little more in every game this season thus far. So even though I trust and believe in him to do what he do, I did give him a 7, because it's like shit like this. Leave your attitudes. Leave everything else behind. Like, I want to say, like, when you hit a field, it's a new thing. Like, I be getting into it with my family members, but I wish somebody else would come in between about what me and my family got going on. Me and my family get together and go after you. And that's how it should be on the fucking field. You know what I mean? You may have your ins and outs. You may have shit that you might not see eye to eye. But at the same time, it's like, come on now. I can argue with this person. You can't argue with this person. And if you argue with this person, now you're going to have to argue with the both of us. And that's how it should be. And I think that's what I'm looking for from Cleveland and Arden Keys. I say we got the keys because we do have the key. But it seemed like every game, it's either one on or one off. One on, or we need everybody on. And that's just what it's going to take. I'm going to go ahead and use this video. I'm going to go ahead and cut this video, because not only do I want to get a little air right now. I'm very hot. And I got a short. Raider Nation, for the rest of the day, get your weight up. All I'm about to be out. See you guys later. Have a blessed one. Okay.